خليك معي.
واقتصرت الأضرار على الماديات، بينما تم حرف مسار الصواريخ التي استهدفت موقعا عسكريا بالقرب من حمص، وقد أدى انفجار أحدها إلى جرح 3 مدنيين.
Cette opération visait des objectifs appartenant au programme chimique clandestin de la Syrie. Le principal centre de recherche de ce programme et 2 importants sites de production ont été frappés.
Increasing tensions and the inability to reach a compromise in the establishment of an accountability mechanism threaten to lead to a full-blown military escalation.
It is Russia alone that used its veto 12 times to protect the Assad regime. And to make matters worse, it is Russia alone that had agreed to be the guarantor of the removal of all chemical weapons in Syria.
Nous devons arrêter l'escalade chimique syrienne. Nous ne pouvons laisser un pays défier à la fois ce Conseil et le droit international.
Единственная заинтересованность – свержение сирийского правительства, а в более широком контексте – сдерживание России.
بنك أهداف صواريخ ترامب وحلفائه الذكية كشف غش ادعاءاتهم. مركز البحوث العلمية في حي برزة والذي تصدر أهداف الهجوم الثلاثي كان قصفه أضخم بينة على أنه لا يحتوي على أي مواد سامة يمكن أن تؤثر على حياة الجوار، وإلا لما وصلت كاميرتنا إلى هنا.
انت بذاتك شفتي وفي حد صار له شيء وانا صار لي من الساعه 5 صباحا لا يوجد اي عنصر اي عامل من عوامل الحرب الكيميائيه. هذا مبنى مدني يقوم في اعمال تطوير صناعات صيدلانيه وصناعات كيميائيه سلميه مدنيه. منظمه حظر الاسلحه الكيميائيه زارت هذا المبنى عده مرات وقامت بجولات تفتيشيه دقيقه فيه لمرات عديده. وكان هناك تسهيل كبير لعمل هذه المنظمه او افراد طواقم هذه المنظمه، حتى كانت تاخذ من هذا المبنى مكان لتجميع العينات وتوطيب العينات التي تحصل عليها من مواقع المراد تفتيشها.
العدوان تزامن مع موعد دخول بعثة التحقيق التابعة لمنظمة حظر الأسلحة الكيميائية إلى مدينة دوما لفحص الموقع المفترض للهجوم المزعوم، وهو ما رأى فيه مصدر في الخارجية السورية محاولة لعرقلة عمل تلك البعثة واستباق نتائجها والضغط عليها في محاولة لعدم فضح أكاذيبهم وفبركاتهم وفق تعبيره.
أنا أرى في هذا العدوان وليس الضربة، العدوان على سوريا هي تأكيد قاطع من أصحاب العدوان الذين اعتدوا على سوريا أنه لا يوجد كيميائي في سوريا. المبررات على ذلك من خلال ربط السبب بالنتيجة. لماذا تم توقيت هذا العدوان مع موعد مجيء اللجنة المكلفة من المنظمة الأممية حظر الأسلحة الكيميائية ووصولها إلى دمشق مع التعاون والتأييد المطلق من قبل روسيا ومن قبل سوريا لذلك؟
مراقبون يرون أنه لو كانت المنشآت المستهدفة تحتوي على مواد كيميائية كما يدعي الطرف المعتدي لامتلأت العاصمة ومحيطها بنعوش للسوريين من دون أن تلقى من يحملها إلى مثواها الأخير. الدخان الأبيض الذي ما زال ينبعث من هذا المبنى وهو أولى المواقع المستهدفة من قبل العدوان الثلاثي على سوريا يعلن براءته من تهمة الكيميائي التي وإن وجدت فهي فقط لغاية في نفس من أطلقها. من المبنى المستهدف في مركز البحوث العلمية في حي برزة بدمشق، وفاء شبروني، RT.
نفديك يا سوريا. سوريا 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 بالدم نفديك يا بالدم يا ابن سعود ويا جبل يا ابن غزة الغلابية نفديك يا سوريا. عرضك يا احمد كم الوحيدة اللي مبينة معايا. ارجع نفديك يا سوريا. بسم الله. قيومي لحظة شوي لحظة شوي يا باشمهندس.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth in sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim that's going out there proclaiming this truth and risking yourselves to do so, you know. Well, this has already escalated, as we know that Iraq is really another province of the United States, so is Saudi Arabia, so we know that America took over Iraq, so here's the headlines. Iraqi air forces carry out strikes on ISIS positions in Syria. In other words, this is their way of getting in there by using, we know that the Iraqi air force is really controlled by the United States and, the whore Babylon. Iraqi air forces have launched strikes on Islamic State's positions in Syria. So this is how America can continue its bombing in Syria. The office of the Iraqi Prime Minister, Khalid Adi, said they were carried out in coordination with the Syrian government, the Iraqi military confirmed. Okay, so never mind that. But either way, though, now we know that the whore, Babylon the Great, I'm glad I read the rest of this. The whore, Babylon the Great, wants to send more terrorists into Syria, and of course through Iraq as well, but it looks like the Iraqi government is in cooperation with the Syrian government, so obviously these terrorists are being destroyed, and we already know that they pretty much had won. The airstrikes demonstrate the increased capacity of the Iraqi forces to pursue and eliminate terrorism. The statement came from the Iraqi Foreign Prime Minister office added. So here's what their plan is, okay, to send in more terrorists through Saudi Arabia, aka troops in Saudi Arabia are really terrorists. Oh, and get this, there's going to be a new movie theater opened up in Saudi Arabia. I wonder if that's for all the fucking Edomites to train ISIS to go into Syria. Because Saudi Arabia is another state of the United States. The airstrikes demonstrate the Alright, I already read that. Our heroic Air Force carried out on Thursday in Syria near the Iraqi border deadly airstrikes against Daesh terrorist groups. The statement from the Prime Minister's media office. So, they actually, unlike America, they actually had permission from the Syrian government. Okay, here's some more false flag terrorism. Containers with chlorine from Germany. Smoke bombs from UK's Salisbury found in eastern Ghouta. Okay, so where did it come from? Germany and UK. So there you go. Containers with chlorine from Germany and smoke grenades produced in Salisbury, UK, were found in the liberated territories of Syrian eastern Ghouta. So, who added the chemical weapons? United States and its allies? The whore, Babylon the Great. Liberated areas of eastern Ghouta, Syrian government troops have found containers with chlorine, the most horrible kind of chemical weapons from Germany, and also smoke grenades produced. Please pay attention to this. The city of Salisbury, the UK, Zardov told a news conference in Moscow on Thursday. So, the findings undermine the faith in humaneness of some states' leadership who give such orders and make such decisions. And this is coming from the Russian foreign minister. Oh, here's another thing about the white helmets, everybody's beloved group. Not we the elect, but Emails reveal White Helmets tried to lobby ex-Pink Floyd frontman Roger Waters. So, Roger Waters had already spoken at his concert against the terrorists. Emails emerged revealing how the controversial Syrian activist group, the White Helmets, tried to lobby Pink Floyd co-founder Roger Waters with Saudi money. Saudi Arabia. The revelations have been published on Max Blumenheim's project. In an email from October 2016, Roger Waters is invited to a fundraiser organized by Saudi billionaire Hani Farsi to honor the work of the White Helmets. In it, he also encouraged to watch a documentary about the group. And it didn't stop there. Just days before his recent concert in Barcelona, Waters was contacted by a French journalist working for the White Helmets. The reporter asked Waters for a few moments on stage to deliver a message to the children of Syria. So you see how they wanted to use him to propagate their bullshit, but it backfired. Roger Waters exposed them. Not, just a few days ago. Rogers did not respond to either email, according to the journalist Max Blumenheim, who obtained the message. Instead of giving the stage to the White Helmets during the Barcelona concert, Waters denounced the organization. The White Helmets is a fake organization that exists only to create propaganda for jihadists and terrorists. That's my belief. We have opposing beliefs, he said. If we were to listen to the propaganda of the White Helmets and others, we would be encouraged for our governments to start dropping bombs on people in Syria. This would be a mistake of monumental proportions for us human beings, he added. So, again, they tried to recruit Roger Waters for their fucking propaganda. Okay, and this one comes from the Syrian girl. The only democracy in the Middle East, Israel. Palestinian protesters deserve death. Soldiers should shoot unarmed women and children. Isn't that the truth, though? All right. Despite the fact that InfoWars, and this is from Alex Jones, is under massive attack from the corrupt establishment and the world is on the brink of total war, Alex has a Zen-like ability to write. Okay, he's just trying to. I guess that's a joke. I don't know. I don't think this is the time to be joking. Never forget the Syrian Arab army has been fighting Al-Qaeda and ISIS for 6 years. On behalf of the world, this is your army too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're into terrorism all around the world. We know this, and we know the terrorists is the United States and its allies. Here's some fake shit. Parkland survivors, David Hogg and Lauren. Yeah, fuck you. You're a fucking liar. The shooting was fake. Eat shit. Russia may fine pregnant women for smoking and drinking. Isn't that a good, righteous judgment? Because that impairs the child's abilities. But this shit's allowed in Babylon the Great. And let's see here. Just try to look at the most important ones anyways. Okay, here's this, and these are out on RT as well. Breaking, 11-year-old Syrian boy Hassan Diab, who was showed in the video on the alleged chemical attack in Douma, witnesses that everything was staged by the White Helmets. Watch full interview by Russian war reporter. And of course, they're just going to call them, Assad sympathists, So, yeah, but it's out there, though. That pretty much this whole thing was staged. Just waiting for this to thought. Okay, so this is on the Syria news. Ultra graphic, the White Helmets, very ugly background. Yeah, they probably won't allow this on goddamn fucking piece of shit JewTube, which I say that sarcastically. We know that they're the Amalekites. No joke. Judge who forced whatever. Fuck Hannity, fuck all these people. I'm just trying to get to the good shit. Oh, yeah, that bitch Barbara Bush is dead. Who cares, right? Barbara Bush is well enough to campaign for Jeb, and New Hampshire, too sick to attend Nancy Reagan's funeral. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, these people don't care about each other. You could have known that. Yeah, it's everywhere. Of course, we know about this one. We just put that up there yesterday. So I'll read it anyway. Fuck it. I think I already read this, but breaking in a ceremony at a U.S.-based ISIS leader, al-Baghdadi, who's alive or dead status has been debated. President Donald Trump, with ISIS' highest honor, the Medal of Slavery Award, in recognition of Trump's services in making the U.S. military arm of ISIS in Syria. And again, we know that his plan to send troops in from Saudi Arabia is really to send ISIS in from Saudi Arabia. But I don't think that they're going to be able to get in through Iraq so easily, so they're going to have to start attacking Iraq too. This is a war with Iraq and Syria, and they're going to try to convince you of other shit. But I think that what they'll do is they'll just say that they're bombing ISIS like they've done before. Same shit, different day. So expect Saudi Arabia to start attacking Iraq too, just to get in there, just like before. But there's only one problem. Russia. Not so easily this time. And I pray that Esau fails at everything he does. Now let's get some scriptures. I'm going to continue on from Ezekiel chapter 39, because this is after they try to battle the Most High. After this war, pretty much, and the enemies have destroyed each other, and Yahweh Shai kind of destroys them himself, which is kind of funny, because they'll first fight each other, just like the walls of Jericho. They're going to fight each other, and then they're going to try to fight the Most High, as they'll see that cloud, which was described in Ezekiel 38. That cloud is that big mothership. So they're going to try to fight the cloud, but ultimately, that's Yahweh Shai, and they're going to be destroyed. Ezekiel chapter 39 goes into more detail of this, and about the burial place of Haman, which is another term for Amalek. Haman, Gog, Amalek. Let's get there, shall we? Therefore, thou, son of man, prophesy against Gog, and say, Thus saith Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Yashal of Israel. So, in other words, what's going to happen is you're going to try to fight the Most High when he comes back into the land of Israel, and this is as we're taking out Amalek as well. And I will smite thy bow out of thy hand. In other words, their weapons are not going to have really an effect on the Most High, and will cause thine arrows to fall out of thy right hand. In other words, kind of like how you've seen them fucking missiles not make their targets. But this is when Putin tries to fight the Most High and his angels, and so he's going to fail. He's going to fail this. His missiles are going to fail, just like the missiles failed with the terrorists in Syria, which is the United States and its mountain troops. Thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel, thou and all thy bands, and the people that is with thee. I will give thee unto the ravenous birds of every sort. It's the beast of the field to be devoured. Thou shalt be upon open field, for I have spoken of it, saith Yahweh. Again, this is when Putin makes his move against the Most High, who is already here, because you catch more of it in Ezekiel 38. So he's already landed here in the land of Israel. And I will send a fire on Magog, that's Russia, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So I will make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them police my holy name any more, and all the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, the Holy One in Israel, a.k.a. I am the Lord. Which this is when Yahweh Shai returns. Behold, it is come and it is done, saith Yahweh. This is the day where I have spoken. It'd be probably just a lot easier to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, since we already know that name when I read these. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth and shall set fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. So in other words, they're going to burn all their weapons. You know, this is an exciting time because we come back. We've come back with Yahweh Shai. You know, we are that New Jerusalem coming down from heaven, you know, which is that cloud. So we went up in the cloud. Now we're coming down from the cloud and bringing restoration with Yahweh Shai. So that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any of the forests. So no more of that bullshit anymore. You know, and fucking plundering the forests and destroying everything. For they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoil them, and to rob those that rob them, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Hey everybody, welcome to Alternative Media Television. My name is Chad Booksam. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, all my truth warriors and everybody. I'm so glad you guys are joining us today. We have a lot of topics to go over, a very important discussion. Please leave your comments in the chat box, and I'll probably be going to questions later. But welcome all, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. Now, I want to start with the title of the video, which is Breaking: Russia to Retaliate Against Israeli Airstrikes in Syria. Now, what is going on and why am I discussing this? Well, first of all, we've already discussed previously that Russia was sending warships more heavily equipped with military equipment to basically defend the skies in Syria. So we have an article up here that Alex is going to show us, our fearless producer Alex. It's a Bloomberg article, but basically Russian missiles alarm Israel, stoking risk of next Syria crisis. Basically what is happening, and we discussed this previously, the mainstream media is just kind of picking it up now, but Israel has been bombarding Syria, hitting Iranian forces, hitting Iranian bases for some time now. Obviously, Russia said they were going to retaliate, and now they're going to retaliate by bringing in a more highly advanced air defense system for Syria. Now, Israel is very concerned of this, obviously, because what does Israel want to do? What is their number one priority? Taking out Assad to get to Iran. That's why they've been attacking Iranian forces. They see Russia as a big thorn in this agenda. Now look, and I'm not defending Russia, I'm not defending Israel, I'm not defending Iran. I'm just laying out the facts that we are going into war for things that are not even occurring, like this chemical false flag attack that now even Russia has stated that they have evidence that some of the containers came from the UK or other parts of the country, other parts of the European Union. Now, again, look, there's never any evidence because there is no evidence. Let's just keep this in mind. So, Russia is bringing in a more highly advanced system to defend. Now, already we have mission accomplished, right? Unfortunately, that's not true because the Iraq military, who built up the Iraq military after we took it out, after George Bush took it out? Who built up the Iraq military? What is the Iraq military other than a proxy of the United States? They have been striking Syria just a few hours ago. Everybody's attacking this little piece of land. So they've been striking Syria. Missiles have been launched in. Now, this is what I stated previously. Look, the United States capability doesn't need to be used from the source, which is our core U.S. military. We can use other countries to do the work for us. And now we've seen that happen time and time again, whether it's Israel, whether it's the Iraq Air Force, which they built up their own Air Force, or are these U.S.-made jets striking in Syria? So now you have Russia bringing in more military equipment. Now you have Russia basically saying they're going to retaliate against any airstrikes because they're bringing in an air defense system to basically fight back against Israeli airstrike attacks, which has occurred over and over and over again. Now, so let's look at this article here. Iraq has started bombing Syria too. I mean, why is everybody bombing this little piece of land besides, I mean, I know you guys know, but why is everybody bombing this little piece of land? Is it because we care so much about the people that we think missiles are helping them? Right? We care so much about the people that, death is going to help them? No, it's about the petrodollar, obviously. It's about money, it's about territory, and it's about oil, right? Oil. This is why we're doing it. It's about oil pipelines being built that Russia has basically enlisted their troops to defend. You have Israelis attacking Russian troops and Iranian troops in Syria, and Russia is promising to retaliate. Now, I have a special guest with us, the infamous Ashton Whitty, who's been doing such a great job. If you guys haven't seen, I recommend to watch all of her videos. She has dozens of videos on demand as well on amtvmedia.com. Click the link below and subscribe. She goes into detail for things like the Second Amendment, what's been happening in our country, and how the radical left thinks they own this country, which they really don't. Hey, Ashton, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I know we haven't really got to discuss Syria too much. We were discussing a little bit, before we came on live. I just want to get your thoughts. I mean, how do you feel, about the chemical attack that kind of initially caused the U.S. airstrikes into Syria? And just give me your I'll let you go ahead. Give me your, basically what you think is really happening in the Middle East.
Well, it's really interesting to me because a lot of Trump supporters, I'm not off the Trump train. I still am very much a Trump supporter. But a lot of these Trump supporters say, oh, we need to trust Trump, trust the intelligence agencies. I can't but think you mean the same intelligence agencies that basically let Hillary get away with everything and let Trump, go after Trump every single time. The intelligence agencies are behind Stormy Daniels. They're the ones behind Comey, obviously. So everything that's going on right now with the intelligence agencies attacking Trump, Trump supporters are not telling me to trust the intelligence agencies when it comes to Syria. And what I mean by that is with the whole chemical attacks thing, we have actually no evidence that Assad is the one who did it. On top of that, if you look at all of the people who are currently attacking Syria, as you said, are nothing more than proxies for the US, the UK, and France, all who were fighting for in what could possibly be World War III. Not sure about that yet, so I'm not going to make any facts based on that. But there's definitely going to be something much greater than what's happening right now. This is just the beginning. No world war ever started with just a few pew, pew, pew. No, it has to go over time. And chances are it's going to be, in my theory, the next year or so. And that's usually how most the other two world wars went over time.
Right. Well, I think that we've evolved in a way where we don't have to go to these little conventional wars that last 4 years. In my opinion, I kind of feel like after 9/11, we've kind of been in the World War III arena. And right when Russia came into the Middle East, I mean, now we have a nuclear power defending, the Bashar al-Assad government. So this is where it gets really scary. And this is why we've discussed World War III, because look at it. I mean, you have to look at your history. The same thing happened in the 1930s. I mean, we have economic trade war all over the place. We have Donald Trump threatening to leave the World Trade Organization. We have all of these superpowers, okay, and multiple countries fighting each other, whether it's Israel striking Syria, whether it's Saudi Arabia striking Yemen. And you actually made an interesting point about Saudi Arabia that I want you to bring up to the audience regarding Yemen. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that a little bit?
Saudi Arabia used chemical weapons on Yemen, and yet we have done nothing for the people of Yemen. We have not gone and we have not stormed our troops through the country. We have not attacked Saudi Arabia. And the reason being is that the same reason we're willing to defend Israel no matter what, right? I mean, Saudi Arabia is supposedly an ally, which, I personally, I don't think they should be. I don't think we should be giving our money to any countries. The only way to make America first, make America great again, is by, minding your own business, staying out of these foreign issues that have nothing to do with us. But of course, when our allies, attack other people, we just stand by and watch. But the moment, supposedly someone uses chemical weapons on their own people, which makes absolutely no sense, we go in without any evidence whatsoever. We just trust the same intelligence agencies that have been attacking Trump this entire time. The same intelligence agencies that have been going against the American people for generations.
Right. And you make a great point. And I've discussed this, it's not even about, look how funny this is, Ashton, how they're saying, look, if this is how they feel, look, they're saying to Assad, kill as many people as you want, just don't use chemical weapons. That's when it matters. I mean, is that even...
Yeah, don't use chemical weapons. Let's bomb the place.
Yeah. First of all, look, what we have even occurring with Saudi Arabia and Israel, a lot of people think that, no, what do you mean? They're not allies. They have the same goals. They don't have the same... Yes, they do. They both want to push back Iran. They both want to remove Bashar al-Assad. That's why they have an alliance. Now, Jared Kushner, and I've discussed this, helps facilitate this alliance. He's very tight with both countries. That's why you've seen him go back and forth, kind of facilitating this alliance, whether it's these billion-dollar arms deal with Saudi Arabia, or whether it's, basically giving the blessing, coming from the Trump administration, to Israel to do these bombings. So, I mean, this is why I stated this. Look, I know Donald Trump is under FBI investigation since he launched his campaign. I know he's under ambush from everybody from the mainstream media to academia and so forth. But at the same time, look, he has these globalists around him like John Bolton, like Jared Kushner, who are basically New World Order advocates, and they want to push forward the New World Order agenda, which is pretty much what did General Wesley Clark say not too long ago? Oh, we're going to take out all of these countries, and now Syria and Iran is on the table. I don't think Israel is going to let Iran keep growing as fast as they are. There's a lot of propaganda going out there, and I think Benjamin Netanyahu, even though he's under multiple scandals currently, that before he leaves office, I mean, he's going to do what he said. I don't know if you remember, he had like this cardboard image of like the bomb showing that at any moment Iran is going to have the nuclear weapon. And we already see Donald Trump pushing back from the Iranian nuclear deal, which I find interesting. And hey, I want to ask you about one thing here, because this is why I say everything kind of connects back to 9/11. Look at what we're reading on NBC News. That a suspected 9/11 recruiter, now look at this propaganda, right? A suspected 9/11 recruiter, Mohammed Haidar Zamar, captured in Syria. So now they're kind of bringing up, right, that, see, we're still going after these 9/11 suspects. And I discussed this in a previous video, Ashton. I don't know if you've watched it, but basically Jared Kushner and John Bolton, what they want to do is pretty much build up an Arab army that Saudi Arabia is going to enlist. Now, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's just going to become another ISIS or Al-Qaeda?
It probably will be, honestly. I mean, granted, ISIS, obviously has the religious tactics that they do. They are a cult and a terrorist organization based on their religion and their extremist values. But essentially, if we were to go into the Middle East, it makes a whole lot of sense. Take out Assad, recruit an army, which is just as bad as ISIS, without the religious beliefs, of course. Maybe it's based on more political matters. Right. An entire army that caters to the U.S. and Israel. Yeah. That is what is going on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Now, there is this article, Alex, if you can bring it up. It's on Zero Hedge. It says, containers with chlorine from Germany and smoke grenades from UK found in Syria's Ghouta region. Isn't it always funny, Ashton, how the chemical attacks always happens in ISIS control? They say it's rebel controlled, but ISIS controlled towns. It's never held in towns where the Bashar al-Assad government is running the show.
My question is if it was in Ghouta, why did Trump send the missiles to abandoned fields and empty buildings in the capital?
Yeah, I think it's, these are propaganda strikes because we still have armadas, U.S. warships going off the Syrian coast. I think basically what he tweeted, that, hey, Russia, the missiles are coming, and here's a little taste. I mean, in my opinion. Now,
that was a warning. I think Trump knows what's going on. I think he knows that he's trying to be pressured into World War III. I think he knows that the globalists are trying to push him into something that's not good. I think he's onto them. But at the same time, I'm still on the Trump train. But my issue isn't Trump. My issue is the globalists who are pushing behind him. And you know what happened with JFK? You know what they did to JFK when he told them no? Right. They assassinated him.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening with Trump. I think he has literally and figuratively a gun to his head, and he's forced to go into the same agenda we have seen with Bush, with Obama, with Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, the policy is the same, right? No matter what president is in office, unfortunately, it's the continuation of the same dark state policies. I was really, and think about it, right when Donald Trump announced that he's going to withdraw from Syria, the chemical attack happened, and then he struck Syria. I find that interesting, that timeline. Like right when he
It's almost like someone wanted him to stay in Syria.
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely they do. Absolutely they do. And you know what? And again, we've discussed this here where obviously when you walk into the White House, I mean, things are going to change. Trump, I mean, it's hard to change. You can't change this old dog, in my opinion. But obviously, I mean, they come up to him, these deep state operatives, the same one that JFK talked about. And there is a similar, ominous connection between JFK and Trump, in my opinion, where they both talk about how these dark forces are really controlling the country, whether it's JFK discussing
the CIA.
Yeah, CIA, secret societies, or whether it's Trump discussing the dark state. I find that a really interesting connection between the two.
What's really funny is that after JFK was assassinated, it almost seems like the rest of the Kennedys kind of went like more globalist. Like, have you noticed that?
Yeah. Well,
and you kind of see this trend now with Trump's oldest daughter Ivanka. She kind of was like the one who was like, oh, we need to stay in Syria. We need to stay in Syria. Granted, she's married to Jared Kushner, so.
Yeah, I mean, they've been part of that circle in New York, unfortunately. Again, I've always thought Trump is a little bit of an outsider, his own kind of his own man. But honestly, like I'm not agreeing with his geopolitical decisions. I don't agree with him signing the omnibus bill. And he can make these decisions and fight back. But look, again, I've asked people, what would you do if you're in President Trump's shoes, where literally you're under investigation, where you and your
the CIA is holding a gun to your head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole reason Stormy Daniels is happening. They're trying to distract the public what's going on. See, all these Trump supporters are like, oh, we have to trust Trump and what he does. They don't understand Trump doesn't have control. The president has never had control in the history, well, maybe not the history, but like in the past 200 years.
Right.
So, I mean, what people understand is that I'm not off the Trump train when I criticize something Trump does. I'm criticizing the fact that there is an entire globalist regime pushing behind him, trying to push their own agenda, and people don't realize that.
You're a real Trump supporter if you disagree and you're not just parroting what everybody is saying. I mean, I find that funny. Like, a disagreement is, oh, you're off the Trump train because you disagree. No, that is a
No, I actually know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a misguided.
I know that this is not Trump doing this because Trump has told us many times, no more stupid wars. And I think now that he's in office, he realizes, oh my gosh, I have no control over this.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a misguided ideology, saying that you can't speak up. That's, what a true patriot does. Now, but look, in my opinion, Trump can continue to fight back. He can continue to not make the decisions regardless of the pressure. But yeah, you have this dark state operation that's behind him, who really is running the show, and we've seen this time and time again. Now, speaking of, how, we discussed, I just wanted to kind of change the subject, but then we're going to come back to this. But, look, I never agreed with the Bush family. I never agreed with George Bush Sr. or George Bush Jr., or any other
policies. Jeb Bush.
Or Jeb Bush, of course. Jeb. Low-energy Jeb. That ruined his whole life. But what I saw yesterday, especially coming from, like, these leftist professors, it was just disgusting. I'll let you talk about it a little bit. But basically...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, where's the human decency anymore to where... And you have these radical leftist college professors who are... These are the ones teaching our kids, right? Who get very angry over microaggressions, okay? But they'll mock somebody's death and basically saying she wanted to dance on Barbara Bush's grave, regardless if you liked her or not.
This was professor at Fresno or Fullerton, or what was this? It was a California university.
Yeah, Fresno State, yeah.
Yeah, no, and so it's just interesting to me. This is a woman who, I'm sure, I looked through some of her tweets got protected, that she blocked off a lot of people. But she was, exactly as described, very microaggression, very, very SJW in a sense, but then she mocks someone's death. Now, I'm not a fan of the Bushes either. I just told you how I'm very angry with the globalist nation trying to take over the entire world, and the Bushes are definitely associated with that. But that being said, I'm not going to mock someone's death. And I actually think Barbara Bush did offer a lot of amazing things to this country. Granted, don't agree with their politics all the time, but I think Barbara Bush, out of many of the women we've seen in history, she is, almost compared to even Jackie O. And so, not only did she handle the world, America with her career with grace and dignity, but she was a symbol of America, right? Whether you agree with her or not. But the point is, anyone's death You do not mock it. You do not, you know, and to say that publicly, I want to dance on this person's grave, you know. Maybe I would say that's something about, like, you know, Hitler or Castro, but...
Yeah, and look, I think it's the bigger picture. Like, look, these radical leftist college professors, look, if you said, you know, spokesman instead of spokesperson around her, she would have freaked out. You know, he's like, you know, she'll freak out over these. This is just what I've been discussing for a long time. How
well, my thing is, imagine if someone said, "Oh, I'm going to dance on Trayvon Martin's grave."
Oh yeah, I mean, the whole.
I'm going to dance on Malcolm X's grave because Malcolm X started riots. I'm going to dance on his grave.
Yeah, the mainstream media would have went nuts. But just
the left doesn't say that. The right doesn't say it. Nobody says that because it's wrong. Unless you are truly, truly evil.
Well, that's
I'm
what's
not gonna
happening.
say
This is the point I wanted to make, because there is this evil that's been growing in this country, because we have these kind of, you know, teachers and professors who are teaching our kids and they're brainwashing them left and right. Look, yeah, obviously, especially in the midst of like an immediate death, I mean, it's just disgusting. But this is the people who are teaching our kids. That's why they're growing up. They hate America. They think America is illegitimate by its founding. They're tearing down statues left and right. They want to rip up the Constitution. You got Fist Pump Kid, and you know who I'm talking about, Ashton. You know, who basically they look up to want to take our guns away. Now he's doing a book tour. He's making money off of these deaths. And Ashton, I had my cousin, whose his name is Ashton too, who was in the Parkland school shooting, right? And
I saw that, yeah.
Who did an attempt to make money off of these kids. And now you have this, you know, I don't even say his name because I just don't want to even like promote him. But Fist Pump Kid, that's what I just call him in the silver suit.
Fist Pump Kid?
Yeah.
You know what I call him? I call him gosh, what do I call? I called him something. Oh! He attacked Alex Jones. I got really angry about that. So I call him like Tapwater Snuggie.
Tapwater Snuggie.
He looks like he's like a little tiny toddler who's just be drinking tap water.
Oh my god.
I made he's he's a a special kind of I call all his fans the hog herd.
Right. Well,
yeah.
I call him camera hog, right?
Oh yeah.
no, but I mean, this is just what we see occurring, and you know, I know we're getting off subject a little bit, but look, I mean, it's pretty much unfortunate that we have all of these liberal college professors are the ones.
You know, I just did a video on it. You know, in the education system in general, with high school students and college students, you see this push. I just did a video on this for AMTV. Where you see this push to push these kids into the same mindset of life. You know, they're not teaching these kids basic life skills. The average kid can't change a tire, they can't cook, and then they go to their counselor and say, "Oh, hey, you know, I don't want to do with the rest of my life." They say, "Oh yeah, you know, just go to four-year college no matter what." They get a worthless degree. They get out. They're hundreds of $1,000s in debt, and the only thing they know is a microaggression: what to say and what not to say.
Right.
How to comply to the government's freedom of speech, or the government's quote-unquote freedom of speech. So basically what happened was they spent their entire time through school learning what to say and what not to say, only to get in debt so they can rely on the government even more because they're in debt and they can't get a job with a worthless degree.
Right. Now, the
entire education system is rigged to push for the same globalists who are pushing against Trump. It's a whole cycle.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you subscribe on demand, because Ashton makes awesome videos, goes into detail. Her last name is a reflection of who she really is. She's very witty. And please click the link below. Subscribe to AMTV On Demand so you can watch her videos. She's done multiple ones there. Join the underground. Become an on-demand member. And follow Ashton also on Twitter at Ashton Birdie. And follow us on AMTV on Twitter at AMTV Media. I'm going to leave it there. Ashton, thanks for coming on the show. Is there any last thoughts that you wanted to talk to the audience about?
I think it's really important to tell the audience that, like, you should never follow a party or a politician, and that you are not an American because you worship a government. You are an American because you worship singular liberties. So I think that's what we really need to push for.
Amen. Amen. Amen to that. Thanks, Ashton. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So now we're going to go back to the Middle East for a little bit. I'm going to take your guys' questions in a second. I'm going to take a sip of coffee first. All right. See, very smart. And, you know, very proud to have her on our team. I mean, she's been doing amazing work for AMTV. And again, please click the link below so you can support, not just us here, not just Alex, myself, or Chris, but Ashton and all of our other contributors. We're going to have more soon coming to AMTV Media. So please support us. Click the link below and join the Underground Railroad because it's so important. It's so important. Messaging is so important. I've discussed this in previous videos. We're doing multiple things. We're talking about multiple subjects. We have Christopher Green, who just added a new video to a 0 to 1 Life Accelerator course, which is really amazing. It teaches you how to succeed in life. It teaches you, about mindset. It teaches you how to make money on social media. He goes into great detail. So definitely sign up to that because at the end of the day, you need tools in life. And we're doing multiple things. And that's what the AMTV Underground is about. It's a community. It's not just talking about politics. It's not just talking about, foreign or domestic politics, but we have life-changing courses. We have forums that you can lead your own discussion that I'll be moderating. And basically, we want you to lead the discussion. We want to learn from you. We want to learn back and forth. And then I can make videos on what you guys are talking about as well. And I think it's a great community. And remember, the whole country can't be run by radical leftists. Not every institution can be run by radical leftists. Am I wrong about this? Is this too much to ask? That's why we need your support. So look, at the end of the day, most of our content is free, but on demand, we have things that we can't say here. Like somebody asked me about 9/11, like who really did 9/11? Unfortunately, we can't talk in detail about what occurred. Okay, that's why you should subscribe to AMTV On Demand to get the real truth. And the truth warriors who are subscribed now can absolutely speak to that. So, what else is going on in the news? Let's bring up the Drudge Report. Let's see what they're talking about there. Okay, so they're still basically talking about Mueller and the personal raid. See, this is the whole thing with the mainstream media. Look what we have going on. Like, again, we have the Iraqi military, which is, again, an extension of the United States, striking Syria, Israel striking Syria, Russia bringing in way more advanced military defense systems, and they're only talking about Stormy Daniels. They're only talking about Mueller. Look, we already know what Mueller's going to do. This is not a story. Or they're talking about James Comey, who just went on a book tour. What kind of former FBI director, if he loves this country so much, is making money off the people because he's the worst FBI director ever who let Hillary Clinton go because he wanted her to win so much, right? You can't just stand Trump. He's such a Neanderthal. Look, I don't care if you love or hate Trump. That's not even the question. And again, I've stated that I disagree with a lot of the things he's doing. I'm a patriot, but he won the election. But you can't win the election when you look at Jeb and say, your brother lied, okay? Brought us into Iraq for no reason, which we know is the truth. Stating things like Barack Obama was the founder of ISIS. These things are the truth, 100%. Now he gets in there. Why do you think he's under investigation? Or that he wanted to have a good relationship with Russia, right? Because that's how they're going to control him. Oh, you want to have a good relationship with Russia? Okay, let's put you under FBI investigation for a crime that's not even a crime, which is called collusion, even if it happened or not. See what happens when you speak out, speak against? And I think Ashton Whitty, she was making a good point about this, where there's a lot of pressure. Put yourself in Trump's shoes. I mean, kind of put yourself in Trump's shoes. I try to do that. I try not to speak so badly, even when he makes certain decisions. I'll announce it and I'll disagree. But with any president of the United States, put yourself in their shoes, especially ones who speak out against the dark state. Obama never spoke out against the dark state. You know what Obama did? He was attacking police, local police officers. Just normal folk, neighbors, who work for the local police, calling them stupid and things like that. He never went after the true New World Order hierarchy, the dark state army that pushes forward the New World Order agenda. He never did. He only attacked local police officers, which is ridiculous. And he was applauded for it, right? He was applauded for it. Donald Trump goes after these dark state entities, this criminal, James Comey, in my opinion, because he perjured himself multiple times and lied to Congress. The mainstream media, if Hillary Clinton would have won the election, okay, keep this in mind and mark my words on this. If Hillary Clinton would have won the election and fired James Comey, which she would have done right when she got into office, every liberal in this country would have celebrated. Everyone. The mainstream media would have celebrated. Everyone. So look, yeah, he's at this book event. Pathetic. Well, you know, his career ended. Donald Trump did the right thing by firing him, and that's the way the story goes. Okay. Now, the world is unstable. Okay. There's not much stability here, even domestically in our country, where, I mean, you have riots already kind of gaining steam because they think Donald Trump is going to fire Rob Mueller, which he should. I don't know, fire him. Fire him. He's not even going after Russian collusion because there isn't any. If there was, maybe I'd say, okay, but let's move on because it's not a crime anyway. But there's not. They just use Russia to demonize everything to push forward their agenda. We see it left and right, chemical attacks, nerve agent attack from the UK to stop the Brexit vote from going through. What do we see happening in this country just because Donald Trump won the election and we want a border and we want a wall? No, Russia is the one who wanted it, and Russia is the reason why it happened. They're using all these tactics to demonize, to absolutely demonize. You know, it really is sad. And we do have that, Civil War mentality in this country, unfortunately, because, and it's gonna get more heated once we get closer to the midterm elections, especially. I mean, look how crazy the left is gonna go if they don't win the House and the Senate. Who's gonna be the reason why they didn't win the House and the Senate, right? If the Republicans keep the majority. If the Republicans keep the majority, Russia probably did it again, right? This is what I'm gonna assume. Now, keep this in mind, guys. This is very dangerous for Trump. I don't think most people understand how important it is. If the left wins the House and the Senate, which, honestly, I think they might, because the Republicans don't have the backbone to fight. They never have. They never have. I don't like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans whatsoever. Neither of them. We need a whole new political model in this country. But if the Democrats win, mark my words, Donald Trump's going to get impeached for sending a mean tweet. And Maxine Waters, she's going to be impeached 4 to 5. She goes on TV, impeach 4 to 5. Unbelievable. Yeah, let's show Maxine Waters. She's something else, man. But anyway, yeah, so if the left wins, they're going to impeach Donald Trump. This is just a fact. This is a fact. Now, before I move on, I want to talk about the Middle East just a little bit more before we wrap up for the day and before I take some questions from you guys. I think human decency is being destroyed in this country. I think there's too much hatred. You see it everywhere. You see that vile mob who just feeds off negativity. They're always speaking in such a manner where the hatred is just projecting. Like anybody who says anything, even people who comment, who say negative things, they're just projecting their own hatred. I mean, they don't see that. God bless them. God bless you. But they're just projecting their own hatred. This is their inner self that they're showing you, okay? Now, that's why I was saying, even I disagree with the Bushes. Look, regardless what you think about the Bush family, when somebody just dies, where's the human decency to kind of like step back and show even respect, even for your worst enemy? It used to be like that back in the day. You know, I like Alex Jones and I respect him, but like Roger Stone was like coming out yelling like, yo, burn in hell. You know, she's going to burn in hell. Who are you? Are you God? To put judgment on somebody's head like that? I don't care like what you think of her. Even your worst enemy, in the moment of death, they used to show a little bit of respect and decency. And unfortunately, that has been getting ripped apart in this country. Where is the moral structure? Where is it? It's gone. Everybody feeds off so much hatred. That's why, again, we're kind of in this energy where we're in the brink of a civil war. And when you have comments like that, that reminds me of a radical leftist. You know, we want a new message, okay? And we fight evil with good and light. We don't fight it with evil. And comments like that, I think that is just absolutely disgusting. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but, you know, I just think even your worst enemy should show just a little bit of decency, right? Just a little bit. But no, clicks. Let's get the clicks going. But that just feeds the beast. And we have a beast energy in this country. There's too much evil. Too much evil. You know, people ask, why is Christopher Green, like, not always talking about politics, and he wants to talk about something else because he sees this. It's disgusting. So we have to have a different message. We have to do multiple things because, again, with you guys, we're hoping to change the world, change this country. Just even a little bit of change can help, right? Okay. So, again, guys, keep in mind, and this is why we always talk about preparation and stuff like that. Look what's going on in the Middle East. It's the instability is everywhere. Instability is everywhere. Missiles keep flying. The mission hasn't been accomplished. Missiles are still flying, whether it's Israel doing it for us, Saudi Arabia doing it, or the Iraqi military doing it. You have Iranian commanders already threatening that and showing off their new missile defense systems. It's very unstable. The instability is just immense, and anything can happen at any moment. And that's why people say, oh, why do you always talk about World War III? Because all of these countries are at war with each other, and they're backed by superpowers. That's why. And that's why you need to be prepared. It's just common sense. Make sure you click the link below. We just got our 30-day food storage back in. Okay, we still have 20% off on our 60-day food storage. Click the link below and make sure you're prepared because anything can happen very quickly. The mainstream media is blacking out all the information. We see this left and right. That's why there's alternative news. If you don't get the food, you can get the food storage anywhere, but we recommend getting it from us so you can support alternative news, so we can continue fighting this propaganda war that we fight every single day. We wake up every single day, myself, Alex, John, Christopher Green, Ashton Whitty, to bring the truth, to take the fight to the mainstream fake stream media. Trash diggers, that's what they are. Are there any comments in the chat box? Or any questions that I can actually talk about here? Okay, do you think there will be war in Turkey or just plain stupid World War III? That's a good question. I didn't see the name, but look, that's a good question. Look, Turkey, what have they been doing? They've been already, I mean, there is a war between the Turks and the Kurds, right? We've been supporting the Kurds, which is kind of like right on the Turkish border. For a long time, the Kurds have been wanting to create Kurdistan. The Turks have been against that, and they've been fighting each other for a while. I think with all the new escalations that's occurring, I mean, Turkey absolutely is going to come in. They're not going to stand by. They want to remove Assad as well, okay? Because they want to remove Assad as well, 100%. Because they support the Sunni influence, obviously. But with the Kurds, this is very important. We've been funding them. You know, the CIA has been funding them. Now, we've been using them not to supposedly work with the rebels, which is ISIS, to take down Bashar al-Assad, but you know, they want to create, one of their goals is to create Kurdistan that's on the border with Syria, Iraq, and Turkey, I believe. And the Turks aren't going to have that. And they will fight back. And they have been fighting back. And they have been starting wars. Now with Saudi Arabia even saying, and they've met with the Turkish leaders and met with some other Sunni leaders in the region, saying that they're going to build up an Arab army with the backing of the United States, with the backing of Donald Trump. That's going to escalate it further. Iran, Russia, and these other countries see it. So look, Turkey's going to come in. This is why we see world war. This is why, because the moves, all the chess pieces have been set, and everybody's fighting with everybody, even though CNN and the mainstream media is only talking about Stormy Daniels and porn stars. Well, Russia's retaliating right now. Russia's retaliating right now. They've been bringing in much more stronger defense systems. Israel's going to keep striking. Now, there's a total media blackout. But remember this, Russia was invited by the Bashar al-Assad government to protect them, okay? Russia didn't come in, okay, to go to war with the United States. But Russia made that decision. And right when that decision was made, they entered World War III. And as Israeli strikes keep occurring, and once this Russian missile defense system is up, the new one, and a missile attacks an Israeli jet or whatever the case might be, guys, I just hope, you know, you're prepared and you're not tuned in to CNN, Fox, or any of these other fake stream news media outlets, because that's the truth. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Again, it's been a pleasure sitting here with you guys talking. You know, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate the audience more than anything. Please thumb up this video. How many thumbs up do we have? Because, you know, remember about the censorship. Like, if you guys don't thumb up this video, 130, come on, guys, please thumb up the video, because the censorship is meant to shut down the conservative voice. It's meant to shut down the independent voice. It's not just about conservatism. You know, it's about alternative news. And if we can't appear in recommendations, what do they say? That they want to put us in a dark corner? Please thumb up this video, share it, email it to your friends, your family. We should be much higher than 133. We have 653 people watching. It's free to click the thumbs up. Help us fight back against this wall, this censorship wall, okay, that they've put in front of us so we can't even speak. Soon we're not even going to be able to do this. You know, and the people have to speak up. It can't just be radical leftist liberals who are protesting on the street every day. Please keep thumbing it up. Get it up as high as you can. I know that, you know, patriots and Americans, we work. We don't have time to hit the streets and protest every day like these radical leftists who don't do anything, who rely on welfare, and who are always on the street protesting because they don't work and they don't care about this country. So please keep thumbing it up. Please, guys. And share it with everybody. Please. Now, if we can get to 300, I feel that's enough at least to make this pop up at some recommendation searches. And at the end of the day, guys, just keep in mind what happened after 2016, what happened after the election. The purge began. The purge began, and people need to speak up. We need your support. We need to fight together. We can't do this on our own. You know, we can't do this on our own. And again, it's much appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. We're going to keep bringing the truth. We're going to keep working as hard as we can for you every day. We're going to get up. We're going to bust our butts. We're going to fight against the mainstream media. We're never going to give up no matter what they say. We love this country. We love human decency. We love the light. We're going to keep fighting against evil, and we just need your support. Yeah. Corey, somebody said this channel is controlled by the government. Really? That's so funny. You know, it is really something else, especially when you're here and you're in it. We've been fighting against the dark state for so long. All of you, all of us has. And, you know, it's really funny. And please keep thumbing up the video. All of us have. If you remember, we've talked about the New World Order here at AMTV, other alternative news sites, which I recommend that you do support, because there are alternative news sites just like us who are not supported by the government, no matter what these, you know, people say. God bless you. But we've been talking about these New World Order entities. We've been talking about what the dark state has been doing. We've been against all of these wars. And they said that it was never you, that you're a Russian troll, that I'm a Russian bot, that we're Russian trolls. This is what they stated. This is why the message is so important and the truth is so important. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to leave it there. We're at 266, but keep sharing it with your family and your friends. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, subscribe on demand. I'll be back on Tuesday, right after Chris's show from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be on from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time Tuesday. We're going to keep bringing on more guests. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to keep the discussion going. Click the link below. Join us on demand. Support this movement. I love you guys, and God bless.
All right, Shalom, all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaRakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers out there preaching His word in sincerity and truth. All right, the time is coming where brothers, watching the videos, and learning, keep on learning and get your ass out to the camp, man. Or if the Spirit's on you. Get out there and start teaching, man, because the time is drawing closer and closer where the Lord is about to, lay all hell down on America, man. All right, you have rumors of war starting. You have actual missile strikes starting, happening. You got the economy about to implode. Those are all the signs for the coming desolation of this place, man. All right, and we're gonna get right in the scriptures. And let the word speak, Give me the James 5.
This is James 5 and 8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh.
Yeah, that's for the brethren in this truth, man. Be patient, you know. Be patient and also be diligent, you know, and hasten the day of coming of the Lord, man. You know, because the time is coming where, you know, brothers, you know, we might have to, you know, lose some things, man. You know, we're gonna be losing some things, and we also gonna be gaining some things, man. All right, the spiritual power is gonna come, you know, as the times start getting worse and worse, you know, and you know, hey, man, we out here trying to, you know, do the best we can to be rightful in the eyes of the Lord, man. You know,
the scripture say, make thy
call election
short. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's
give
what,
diligence to make that call election short.
That's what we're doing in these last days that we're coming into.
Yeah.
You know, we putting in that extra effort, man, because salvation is at hand. It's, you know, it's nigh at hand.
Yeah.
And you know, we see the prophecies coming to pass, and that's giving us more confidence, putting us in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, constantly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah. Give me 2 Corinthians 5:11.
This is
because one of the reasons that we come out here and prophesy and try to wake up the elect is get the blood off our hands. So we won't be caught up in the Lord's wrath when that time comes, man. All right.
This is 2 Corinthians 5:11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, man. You know, only the elect knows the terror of the Lord, man. Because we read through the scriptures, up through the history, all right, of the Bible, of what the Lord can do to people, man. The Lord flooded the whole earth, man. All right, killed billions of people, man. All right, Yahweh Shai killed 1 Corinthians 10 chapter. He killed off, I think,
23,000.
Yeah, 23,000 of our people, Israelites, man. All right. The Lord swallowed up people in sinkholes, man. All right. Amongst other things, man. So us knowing the terror of the Lord, you know, we're not trying to be a part of that, man. All right. Because we're fearful, man. We're fearful of what the Heavenly Father can do, man. All right.
We persuade men.
We persuade men. All right. So us are coming out here saying America's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. You know, if you're a part of that elect, you know you're gonna hear and you're gonna know the terrifying acts of the Lord, man. And you're gonna try to get yourself right, man. So you won't be caught up into that, man.
You're gonna adhere to this knowledge and this wisdom of the scriptures.
Yeah.
All right. But we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
Yeah, the fear of the Lord is made manifest in your conscience, man. All right.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 46. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in asunder, and will appoint him with his portion, Salakia, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers, and that servant which knew of his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Yeah, that's all you guys. You fall out, some proud niggas. That's what, you know, part of this fold GMS, and you got kicked out, you know, and you stopped teaching the word, well, the doctrine, you know, the true doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, sincerity and truth. You know, you're gonna be a part of that number of unbelievers, man. All right, you guys that even if you're still going out teaching and you twisting the doctrine up, you know, you gonna have a part of unbelievers, man. All right, you gonna face that wrath, you know, of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, you ain't gonna have that thawa, you ain't gonna have that marked exempt judgment, man.
All right. You notice a lot of them guys, you know, apostles, they've been said it. They said how a lot of these guys that leave off or get kicked out, they'll go out there for a little bit of time, but then after a while, the spirits start to leave them, and they start to deteriorate in their works. And we're starting to see that now. A lot of them guys that was out there, you know, they thought they was gonna keep going out there pushing strong. Them niggas ain't even out there no more. It started with they going out there, you know, they'll be out there for a few hours, but then the duration of time on their videos start to shorten. So they start going out there for like an hour and a half, an hour. The videos start getting shorter and shorter. And now all of a sudden, you ain't got to go out there no more. You ain't got to prophesy and let Israel know that the Lord's getting ready to send a sword upon them. Yep. Well, what I just read basically just condemned you, man. You know what the will of the Lord is, but you niggas are saying, you know, we ain't got to do it. You know? Yep. So you're going to be beat with many stripes, man. You're going to get a very swift, horrible judgment, man. Yep. Worse than the 2/3 that what they're going to receive. Yep. We supposed to be measuring the times diligently, man. You're supposed to be up on everything that's going on right now, yep, as it pertains to our salvation. Yep. Okay? If you ain't doing that, the Lord is he's going to destroy you, man. All right?
That's right, that's right.
This is Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day.
Put not off from day to day, man. So you see the apostles and the brothers, the prophets, you know, outside speaking. All right, and if you're an Israelite and you understand, you supposed to, you know, get right on it, man. You know, you're supposed to get on this truth, man. All right, you can't put it off from day to day, you know, thinking, oh, the Lord is on 10, 20 years away. I got time. Let me just get this money first.
They can say it won't happen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, all this prophecy is happening. It's coming to pass. It will happen in your lifetime.
Yeah. Hey, but if you have that mentality, then that means that it's going to be that much easier for the Lord to show up while you're not looking for it. Yeah. You putting the day of the Lord off further and further away, and the Lord can just pop up, and he knows your spirit, your heart. You know, so you thought that I wasn't coming soon enough?
Yeah. Scripture say the Lord comes as a thief in the night. Thief in the night, so he gonna catch you when your pants down. You know, he gonna catch you when you least expect it. Because if you ain't worried about prophecies, then you're really not worried about nothing. You know, that means you're not worried about your soul. You're not worried about your spirit. Because if you were, you would tend to the things to help you.
Yeah, it's just like if you on a job and you don't think the CEO is, every now and then you used to him showing up, you know, every blue moon, so to speak. And you have that attitude that, well, shit, as long as he ain't around and he doesn't see me, I'm good. You know, I could bullshit on the clock. I could, you know, go chill in the corner somewhere. You know, I ain't got to get my hands dirty. I ain't got to work. I ain't got to do nothing. But then, as soon as you turn around, he's standing right there looking at your ass. Man. What the fuck are you doing? You know? You know what your job is. You know what your occupation is. What am I paying you for? You know? And that goes into what? The talent.
Yeah, the talent. You know, the certain gift that the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave you, you got to use it to your fullest, man. You know, every man has a measure of faith, man. But with whatever faith, the amount of faith the Lord gave you, you have to use it, man, to the utmost, man. You know, read that, Sirach.
This back in Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day.
Put not off from day to day. So, well, actually, if you're part of elect men and you hear this truth, you're supposed to wake up right then, man. You know, that spirit's supposed to get on you, man. Give me Isaiah 11 and 3.
It's Isaiah 11 and 3.
Yeah, this going into Yahweh Shai, how he was made quick in the spirit, man, understanding. But also goes into the elect, man. All right, because we're followers of the Lamb, man. All right, we're followers of the Yahweh Shai, man. All right, go ahead.
It shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord.
Yeah, make him quick understanding, fear of the Lord, man. So if you're a part of that elect, you hear the word, you're supposed to wake up right then, man. All right?
And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, he didn't judge at the sight of his eyes, and also we judge according to the Bible, man. All right? According to the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? That's all I'm
Back in Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day.
Yeah.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
Yeah. That's for you unbelievers, man. They ain't really for the elect, because they gonna get it, man. You know? That's for you niggas straddling the fence, man. You know? You niggas that straddling the fence, I think this is the truth, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know? Well, I know this is the truth. I want to do what I want to do. Then I, start going out, man. Yep. All right. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man. All right.
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of
in some cases, some Jake hear this truth, and they might not, start, learning and waking up real quick or whatever. That's what Jonah did, man. Jonah he ran from the Lord, man, when he was told he's supposed to prophesy, man. But what the Lord do? Hey, if you a part of that elect, he gonna make you a part of that elect, man. Mm-hmm. He's gonna put hell on you, man. All right.
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Yep. And that destruction is coming nigh, man. All right. World War III is coming nigh. All right. Martial law is coming nigh. All right. The economy crashing is coming nigh. All out chaos is coming nigh, man. All right.
Got something? We read 2nd Ezra 9?
Yeah.
2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently in itself.
Yeah, measure the times thou diligently. So the times we're living in, we have to gauge it like, oh man, we gotta really get our shit together, man. All right, we gotta really, the Lord is about to, is really purging us, man. So the closest we get to, all hell breaking loose, the more purging we gotta go through, man. All right.
If I may say this, measure thou the times diligently, meaning you need to stand up on your watch, and you need to be constantly preoccupied with these prophecies, man.
Yep.
You need to be on top of, the information, the things that are happening in the earth that I spoke from the beginning. You need to be paying attention to these things as I say them to you. Write it down, because it's for an appointed time. Now we in those days where these things are coming to pass. Now that it's all happening, hey, we supposed to be on top of it, man. The information, the articles, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we supposed to be reporting these things that's going on in the earth. No different than these damn news reporters, man.
We're spiritual journalists.
Reporters, man. Yeah, journalists. Okay? And we're supposed to be bringing it all out as it pertains to prophecy, man. That's what it means by be diligent with talking about measuring the times, man. Get into them articles, man. Bring it out and bring the scriptures out. All right, it's shit happening every single day. That's why there's constantly videos on updates with certain things, whether it be the mark of the beast, whether it be what's going on in the Middle East, the escalation of war. That's big right now, man. All Israel should be talking about that, man. Back on my brother.
Yeah.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass,
it's the prophecies, man. Go ahead.
Which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So the closer Yahweh get to this planet, the more chaos is gonna unfold, man.
Yep.
All right. Yahweh said he ain't come to bring peace, but a sword, man.
Yep.
All right. So all them prophecies, is gonna be impending chaos, man. All right. When Yahweh comes back, man. All right. So that's pretty much all I got.
Close out.
All right. All praise to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Alakah Kadash.
All right. Double honors to the apostle, Elder Solomon.
All right. First off, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, Gawadiyahu, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai for allowing us to do another video through the Spirit. Gawadiyahu, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai for giving us His truth as worms. Double honors to our apostle and elder, that great millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect, and death to you niggas. And may Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai destroy you 2/3 niggas. But this is gonna be a video basically called Christianity is Dead and Jake still isn't awoke, because Jake think they woke to the truth or know about the truth of the Lord or anything, but they because they leave the Christian church and they realize it's bullshit, but then they go into the universe or fucking something with chakras, getting going into being a super health nut, but then they're still not they're not hip to the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. They left the Christian church and now they think they awoke to the truth. No, the majority of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just because you left the Christian church doesn't mean anything for you, because you're still in that bugged out state. Now you even worse bugged out, because now you don't believe in the Bible. You think you think the Lord don't exist, and now you're praying to the universe, man, or as they like to say, meditating to the universe to talk to it, and you praying to a demon, man. And that demon's name, it just happens to be universe, and you praying unto it, man. Because Jake is still out here lost and fucked up in the head, but they think they woke. They think they in some type of knowledge and state of a higher power, but they're still asleep. They're still in a dead state. Anybody got a precept?
Yeah, I'm getting some.
You got some? Can you get it?
This is the book of and it's because it's a reason why y'all still sleep, because the Most High not dealing with y'all, nor does He want to deal with y'all. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, in verse 7, and it reads, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." So, no matter, even though you left it, wherever y'all go, it's going to be a stumbling block, man.
Yeah.
Continuing on in verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day.
Because Jake is still lost, man. They're still lost even to this day, man.
Yeah.
They still lost. And wherever Jake go is a stumbling block unto him, man. They still because the Most High has a demon block them from getting the words of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. No matter what, man. Because that's a new thing, man. Oh, Christianity, bullshit. Everybody knows that. But now, it's you got niggas like Nature Boy. Now you got niggas talking to the universe. Now you got niggas talking about, I meditate to different guides. Which those guides are just demons and spirits deceiving you, man. Because a lot of Jake know Christianity is bullshit, but they don't realize that the Bible is still factual. They don't realize that the words in the scripture is true. They just don't understand it. But they gonna be destroyed by the will of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, because now Jake don't believe in anything. They don't believe in the Bible, or the Bible made by man. It's all about the universe. You don't need a book to tell you what to do. That's madness.
This is Isaiah 59, starting at verse 9. Therefore is judgment far from us, neither does justice overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity, for brightness, but we walk in darkness. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday, as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. And that's the condition that our people in. They out here walking around like it's midnight. They don't know where to go and what to do. They have no spiritual guidance. That's why you can trick a nigga into doing anything. You can flash some money in front of him. You can get him to be a drug dealer. You can flash some ass in front of him. You can get him to run around the world. Our people go literally. That's why you got niggas that's Buddhist, because they was in Christianity. But their mama, Jake, and what I know is mama died, so he got beef with the Most High now. He's going to the church, and the church pastor ain't help didn't help him and his father bury his mother. So he got beef with the Lord now. All right. So a lot of you, Jay, you just out here, you lost in the sauce, like the brothers commonly say. You lost in the sauce. You stirring some damn pasta sauce. You drop some salt in there, that bitch gone. That's a lot of you niggas out here.
And that sauce also refers to wine too.
Drunk
off.
That's what you got.
Yeah. Well, that's not the precept,
Okay,
but I know what you're about to get. You know, people say wine is also referred to as the sauce too. And you know, when you get drunk, you just out here lost in the sauce. You know, either analogy, man. And that's how Jake is out here.
I got Ezekiel 8:12. And then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancient of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in their chambers in of his imagery. For they say the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahshua sees us not. The Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahshua has forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination that they do, because they don't believe in the Most High. Niggas got a beat like that one song with 50 Cent.
Oh yeah. So what he said, when I see the big man, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, some shit right now.
Like you gonna stand it.
And niggas got a beef with the Most High, and it's because you Christian. It's because you Christian churches. It's Nate's fault. It's
TJ's fault.
The Comforter's fault. It's all you niggas' faults, man. Because y'all did fuck Jake up in the head so bad that they don't even believe in the scriptures. Like the one niggas that left the Comforter, they say he heard a nigga him.
Whooping somebody ass.
Now they don't even believe they Israelites. Now they don't believe in the scriptures anymore because you niggas had fucked their head up, man. And they're not gonna be pardoned for that still. But that blood is gonna be on you niggas' hands, man.
I got you got something right?
Oh, you got it.
Okay, just to back up what we're saying, it's Isaiah 29:9. Say yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For Yahweh Hashem Yahushua hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers he covered, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. So y'all have no understanding, especially when it comes to these scriptures, especially these end time prophecies. Then here the missiles being chucked the fuck off, thrown around in the sky. And what niggas talking about? What's sport major, right? Is they still balling NBA right now?
I think they're playoffs.
Niggas. Oh, you catch the playoff game? There it is. Trump sending missiles over.
That's right.
I bet you they can Friday too.
They can tell you
at night.
They can tell you the stats, but they can't tell you the amount of missiles that was successful that landed over there in Syria. They can't tell you how Russia said that shit not gonna go unpunished. That's why they out here stumbling at the noonday.
Bread and circus niggas.
Age of decadence.
Verse 12, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. All right, so none of y'all don't even understand these scriptures. Y'all have nowhere near the ability to understand this Bible. That's why y'all are off in whatever type of bullshit. But you don't want to understand it anyway, because you want to be, Jake wants to be a dumb nigga in the world. They don't care about the Bible. Nigga, that's the old people. Oh, that mean you lame. Yeah. That's why the Lord is going to destroy you. All right, whoever got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 13:6. But yet for this they are less than to be blamed, for they put a venture air seeking God and desire to find him, for being conversant in his works. They search him diligently and believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen. Because niggas talk about believing in the universe because the universe is a pleasant to look upon, or niggas even worshiping Buddha or wicked shit, or trying to get into their chakras and all that bugged out ass shit, taking demonic drugs trying to go into the spirit world, to see in the spirit world, talking to different demonic gods. The Most High is going. Most High, Jake is trying to find the Most High, but they're not going about it the right avenue. They think it's gonna be some damn Tomb Raider hunt, some goddamn. You got to go in the cave and you got to run away from a giant ball and that's rolling at you going 50 miles per hour. And if you don't dodge out the way fast enough, you're going to get squashed. That's how Jake think it is. Verse 8, howbeit neither are they to be pardoned. So the Lord's not going to pardon y'all for that. For if they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope, who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show art in resemblance and of beast, or a stone good for nothing, that work of the ancient hand. So you're gonna be your life is gonna be miserable in those things, man. You're gonna have a miserable living. You're gonna die a miserable death because you did all that search, you did all that diligent search, and still couldn't find out Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You should have been found out the Lord, man, but the Lord got a block on y'all, man. You blocked off from having the truth. That's why Jake is they try to set their mind on things of the world and think about other shit because they don't believe in the Bible anymore, so they're just lost in the sauce, like brother said. Yeah, some concept.
Okay.
You can get started.
I think you got right.
Okay.
We got to say. Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Romans 11 now.
Okay. What, 11:7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you got? Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
But I got this real quick because what the brother Ariel just broke down, this is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9 and 10, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh, which say to the seers, and who are the seers? The prophets, man. Those men that are out on the highways and the hedges, the men that are sitting down like we are, you know, we're the hopeful elect that are making these video epistles. See not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, because y'all don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to hear the lies of Christianity. Y'all want to hear the lies of Buddhism, of Islamism, or whatever y'all don't want to hear the truth. So I got one more precept Bible shot if I can bring it up. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 3. And this is happening right now. This is 2018. This is the year of prophecy. And it reads, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. And that time is right now. But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. That's why y'all leave Christianity and y'all still can't come into the truth. Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned onto fables. Because anything outside of the scriptures about Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that through the Spirit, the power of Spirit, of the Holy Spirit, that the apostles give to us, is fables, man. It's not true. We have the 100% truth in Great Millstone, whether you can perceive that or not.
I got this. Deuteronomy 28 and 28, because this state that we're in is a curse for our people's rebellion. All right, you niggas chose to be the dumb way that you are. All right, you spend your whole life suffering, going through hell, getting shitted on by the so-called white man, by these heathens, all right, by everything and everyone that you know, and then you come across this truth and you reject it. All right, so this is Deuteronomy 28 and 28. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noondays as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. All right, and that's you simpletons. You got Jake. You'll be driving. You'll see a nigga Or out here in Detroit, you got a lot of Jake that's into that Muslim shit. You got niggas that can speak better Arabic than them fucking towel heads. Walking around like a little bow tie, damn tuxedo in the middle of the goddamn summer, high as hell. Alright, but they want to be all hard for that. Or you'll see Jake walking down the street with fucking dreads hanging down to his fucking ankles with a staff in his hand while smoking some bud with that big old circle cap in the back of his head. Y'all rather be off into all that bullshit rather than to come to this. All right, we show you the light. And that's why the scriptures say don't cast not your pearl before swine. At least they turn and rend you. Because we trying to give you all this truth. You niggas see us every single week we out there. You catching nothing but hell every week. All right, well, some of you niggas is doing good. But the majority of you's catching hell all day, every day. And you come by and you scoff at the truth. So fuck y'all. That's why the Lord has y'all in darkness. That's why He has y'all in blindness. That's why your life ain't good. That's why that bitch fucking you over. That's why your kids don't listen to you. The Lord's going to destroy the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Since y'all don't want to listen to His word, He's going to give you all that bullshit in the world. How do you guys know?
Yes. Something. If nobody else got anything, it's Matthew 15. And on one then came to Yahushua scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, Why did thy disciples transgress the traditions of the elders? For they washed not their hands when they ate bread. But he answered and said unto me, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your traditions? For Yahweh commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and he that curses father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, Whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift, it is a gift, by wheresoever thou mightest be profit by me, and honors not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of Yahweh none effect by your traditions, ye hypocrites. Well did was Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
So you niggas talk a good game, but your actions don't show it. Oh, I'm spiritual. Oh, I believe in this, I believe in that. But here it is, you are the most wickedest thing on 2 legs in the world.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for the doctrines, the commandments of men.
Especially niggas that know you Israelites. You claim to be all this and that. You up there, you hemming niggas up. Nate, you in there dividing men from their women. Got niggas knocking on motherfuckers' doors with needles to inject women with goddamn knockout chemicals. What was that nigga that eat like a bar? Alright, which we ain't getting nothing back from it. But you sending your dudes to come knocking on motherfuckers' doors. Now you got your people stalking bitches at the bus stops. You talking all that shit. You can fly all the way out in London to appear on the street, and here it is, ain't nobody seen you on the street in Americans in Lord knows how long. But you a super Israelite out in London. Y'all talk all that good game, but your actions don't follow it up. Y'all don't love the Lord. You got something?
No.
I got one more. This is 2 Corinthians chapter.
I just remember what Nate said, that he talking shit to the brother in Great Millstone out there. What did he say? Go out.
He said do the work.
Yeah, he said go out and do the work. Yeah. Nigga, ain't nobody even seen. Where's the other camps out here in Detroit? That's where we at. Where they at? We ain't laid eyes on them. Y'all talk about go out and do the work. We don't even see y'all. Y'all might come out 2 months, June, July, and they get the fuck out of there when it start getting cold.
Not even consistent.
You niggas, you wear all that arm braces, damn headbands, all this and that. But you niggas only go out 6 weeks out the year.
Take you an hour to get dressed.
Yeah.
Right. Now I can say to take a while. Get dressed.
They only go to camp for 30 minutes.
There, okay, Salakia. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3, and it reads, But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And you niggas out here lost, man. I mean, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, y'all out here lost, man. It's like no matter where y'all run to, y'all not gonna get the truth, man. Y'all, this gospel is hid, man. This Bible is only for the elect, man. You know, outside of that, it ain't for none of y'all. Y'all not gonna love Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shai, man. Continuing on in verse 4, in whom the Most High Yahweh of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. And the Most High blinded y'all, because y'all not going to believe. Now, all you people that come on my video, I don't even be responding to you niggas, man, trying to give me big ups and shit, because y'all still don't believe in the Most High. Y'all call him Yahuwah and all type, man, all that shit don't flatter me, man. Continuing on, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach Yahushua, which is the good news, because this is the good news, man. This is good news that you are about to be put on top, Jake. You're about to be over your oppressor, man. You're about to rule all these worlds, man. Who is the image of the Most High? Yahweh should shine onto them, man. So the Most High blinded y'all because prophecy has to be fulfilled. There has to be 2/3 that get destroyed, man. That get ate by cannibals. That get ate by nuclear missiles, man. And then it has to be a 1/3 who gonna praise the Most High's name, you know. But yeah, that's for me.
That's Matthew 13:10, and the disciples came and said unto him, Why speak thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Yeah.
So it's not given unto Jake, man. They not gonna get it. They gonna be lost until they get destroyed by a nuclear missile.
They'll show you the Lord and come back to say every single human on earth.
That's right. And all of Israel is not Israel.
Well, with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushai, B'Shem, Rakah Kodash, Wadi Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushai, for allowing us through another video through His Spirit. Wadi Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushai, for giving us His truth as words. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. And death to you niggas.
Death to 2/3.
And death to the nigga woman.
Yeah, that's right.
First time, come back to the first part.
There's no retribution for the persecuted, man. There's not.
Okay.
It's something you gotta take into your own hands, man. Ain't nobody coming out the sky gangbanging for us.
Hey now. Okay, hey bro, that's what's up, man. Hey bro, hey. Some shall not believe, but you didn't make our faith void.
Yeah, let not the incredulity of them.
Yeah, which means unbelief. You're just an unbelief, bro. Or you honestly think
I used to believe it hardcore.
That's fine. Believe in what? Hebrew Israelites?
Huh?
Believe in
all
what?
of this, yeah. I used to believe all this stuff.
Okay, then so you just fell out. That's all that means, bro.
I fell out.
Hey, we were just talking about the foolish virgins.
I fell out. Okay, you're right.
Many were called, but few was chosen.
Hey, remember the foolish virgins? He's a foolish virgin.
That's all it was, bro.
You realize these are English words you're using.
We're not trying to convince you with nothing. Okay, it's English words we're using. And
old English.
What's the point?
And this is someone else's doctrine you're teaching. Right?
Whose doctrine is it?
Everything else is in English, though.
Get John 7:19.
Whose doctrine is it?
Okay, it was preview. But he don't believe nothing that's coming out the book, though. But for the cameras,
stuff in that book.
Edification.
There's a lot of stuff in that book that's true.
We're going to tell you who.
A lot of stuff in that book is true. A lot of stuff in that book is true.
Now Esau comes up. What's up, my boys?
What's up, Esau?
What's up, Esau? That's Esau right there.
He's going into slavery. John 7:16. Jesus.
Yeah, read it verbatim. He's a heathen. He's a heathen man.
He's
so
a
read
heathen
it verbatim.
man.
That's what's up.
You're a heathen man.
John 7:16. Jesus answered them and said, My doctrine is not mine.
My doctrine. So even this ain't even Jesus' doctrine. It came from His heavenly Father. He's going to tell you that.
Of course it's not.
But his that sent me.
The His that sent Him, man.
Yes.
He sent Him to die on the cross for our remission of sins, so we would not have to. Because before the Lord came on the scene, we used to have to sacrifice doves and sheep or whatever we had. So now it's all about His sacrifice on the cross, bro. And that was a doctrine that came from the Heavenly Father.
Right, faith.
Yeah, faith.
That's all that comes down to.
You don't have faith, you're a carnal man. You're spiritually dead.
So the doctrine changed. Did the sacrifices change?
There is no more sacrifices, bro. Are you not paying attention?
Yeah, okay. Right.
You're not even paying attention.
I am paying attention. Are you paying attention? What did you just say?
Bro, I just said He died on the cross, right? They called Him the Lamb of God, right? Okay, so we don't need to get bullocks and sheep and lambs anymore, bro. We just have to believe on His sacrifice.
His
Did
precious
you not
blood.
hear what I said?
I heard what you said.
Obviously you didn't, man.
I heard what you
Oh,
said.
you get first-
You said that God is imperfect, that he made a mistake the first time and he had to correct it with the death crucifixion. That's what you just said. I heard you loud and clear. You just said God is imperfect.
What's up? I didn't say that. What are you talking about,
just
bro?
say that.
Man,
You just said
bro,
God is imperfect.
Yeah,
His
you're-
first,
bro, don't
his
say
first
that, bro. Be
covenant
careful,
was false.
be careful what you say,
his
bro.
first covenant was false, and he had to make a new covenant.
It was not false, you idiot. We
So
went
then
on.
why make a new one then?
Because it's our fault.
It's our fault. But he's omnipotent and he's omnipresent, so he knows what's going to happen. So why not do it right the first time if it's perfect?
Hey man, the Most High is going to destroy you, bro.
So he wanted to be imperfect.
Does what he wanted to.
First is the unnatural man. Now to get the unnatural man, that's the unnatural heathen man that the Bible talks
Faithless man right there.
about. And thinking he's going to shake our faith.
You're proud of faith?
What's up?
Faith, guys. Faith. Seriously?
You got faith. You got faith. I'm a proof. You work. You working 9 to 5?
No.
You don't work?
No.
So you don't work, you don't eat. What are you living for? What are you alive for? You just have no purpose.
You have to find out. I can say that, though.
So you don't work, bro.
I can
At
say
all.
that, though.
So where
I
do you
can
live?
say I don't know. Can you say it?
Who do you live with,
I
man?
can say that
If you-
I don't
If you
know.
don't make money, how
Can
do
you
survive?
say that you don't know?
How you going to eat tonight if you don't work,
They
bro?
got precept for you, brother.
Okay, good.
This is 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this verse that there shall be in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts.
Yeah, so this nigga is a
Yawn.
scoffer.
There's always been scoffers.
Right, in the last days too.
Yeah.
In the first days, you're not telling me anything that there's going to be scoffers, that there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. You're not telling me anything new. That's not a prophecy.
It is a prophecy.
Of course it's not. If there's always been wars, rumors of wars, you're not telling me that. That's not a prophecy. Tell me that what's now is always going to be. Of course it's always going to be.
Hey, Krillin, stop. Okay.
History repeats itself.
Krillin, stop.
Okay, then say history repeats itself.
This is 1 Corinthians 2:14.
I'm gonna get that destructo disc on.
But the 1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of
A
God.
natural man like this dude. He's a natural man, bro.
I
You
take
don't
it
even
as a
receive
compliment.
nothing we say. Okay, fine. That could be a compliment.
It's gonna be a curse.
That's it.
Alright. When he sees me, he can
For
see
they
me.
are foolishness unto him.
So when we're talking about everything that's coming out the book, he's saying it's foolishness. In which, again, why is he standing there, man?
What is your fault?
The natural man, bro, get him. The natural man just wants to stand here with us, fellowship with us, but doesn't believe anything we say. That makes no sense.
Hey, Con, hey, let me get a piece
That's
of
me, huh?
I don't
It
think
says
you'll like the
Proverbs
answer,
26:4.
I could answer the question. I don't think
Proverbs
you'll like it,
26. Proverbs 26:7. The legs of the lame are not equal, so is a parable in the mouth of fools.
So you don't understand shit he's saying.
I understand everything you're
It's
saying.
all going over his head.
It's not going over
He
my
has
head.
no lamp in his oil.
Hey,
He has no oil in his
no
lamp.
lamp in my oil?
You have no oil
I know
in
what you
your
meant.
lamp.
I knew what you meant, brother.
Proverbs 26
We're
and
not
11.
brothers right now, man.
Yes, we are.
Proverbs 26 and 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
And then on that note, we're going to let's go back to the first Corinthians. Let's drop that. Let's go back to where we was. First Chronicles 5 and 18.
1 Chronicles 5 and 18.
After 2 or 3 admonishments, you just let a nigga beat. That's in the Bible.
1 Chronicles 5 and 18. The sons of Reuben and the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh, valiant men able to bear bucklers and swords and shoot with bows and skillful in war, were 440,703 score that went out to the war. And they made war with the Hagarites and Zecher and Zephish and Zodad.
Hamite tribe.
Verse 20 it says, and they were helped against them. So like it says, and they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hands.
So the Lord had delivered, because the Most High is the author of all this stuff. He's the one that decides if when people go to war, who's going to win. Really, what the Most High is doing is like some WWE Raw vs. SmackDown. He knows who's going to be up against one another. You know that he's going to know the outcome, and it just plays out on earth.
Hey, Salakia, that's why the Lord's gathering up all these nations to destroy themselves, okay? And so we can come up into power, man, and get risen up, bro.
Man.
1 First Chronicles 5 and 20. And they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hand, and all that were with them, for they cried to God in the battle.
Yeah, they cried to the Most High in the battle, bro. That's why they were able to be delivered. All right. In the ancient world, when you had Saul, David, before they went to battle, they would pray, they would seek, they would go to a seer, and then the seer would tell them, like, look, you're gonna prevail. Go ahead and do it. The Most High is with it.
Hey, for Slack, like 300, when the Spartan, remember what's his name? He went up to that big ass temple with them fucking weird looking witch looking dudes. That's an example of that. You know what I'm saying? He went to them to get a blessing so he could win in the against the Persians and shit.
It's funny how you're preaching all this stuff, but
It
every
says,
time you
and
reference
he
something positive,
was
you talk about white
entreated
people,
of them
man.
because they put their trust in him.
Because they put their trust in the Most High. That's why they had prevailed over them. So just like, and that's faith, ain't it?
Yeah,
so they had faith that the Most High was going to deliver them. Just like how we got faith the Lord's going to deliver us now, man. And it's going to get delivered, bro.
Yourself,
right now, all we're doing,
you got to deliver yourself.
Right now, all we're doing is just preparing our people for the end.
You're preparing your people to have somebody fight the battles for them, man. Come on, man. You got to do
Verse
this yourself,
21.
though,
Jeremiah 51.
Ain't nobody going to do this for us, man.
Jeremiah 51 and 20.
Yep.
It says, in those days and in that time, saith the Lord.
Jeremiah
51. Slack it. Jeremiah 51 and 20. It says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
So he's talking to the children of Israel. We're his battle axe and weapons of war, man. We're going to be the ones that's going to we're going to have the necks of our enemies.
Yeah, that's what I was just going into.
And just like you 2/3 is our enemies too. We'll have your necks too, man.
2/3?
You 2/3, bro.
Yeah, 2/3.
We're going to have the necks of the Hamites, the necks of the Edomites, the necks of Aram, the necks of Japheth, the necks of damn
Amalekites. You really think I'm your enemy?
He might be a tear, bro.
Right,
You really think I'm your enemy?
But he said something about the white man. and shit.
You really think I'm your
But
enemy?
he just said that we're not going to be the ones to do this. We're going to be we're the grunts, man.
Exactly.
We're the grunts that's going to do this thing.
Yeah,
We're the ones
but
that
it's
be
not
putting
gonna
chains.
be for, it's not gonna be for no Jehovah, for no
I'm saying?
Yahweh.
It ain't for Jehovah.
It's not gonna be for any of them, man. It's gotta be for us, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Jeremiah 51 and 20. For thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
The nation's gonna get broken in pieces by us, bro.
I hope so.
It tells you in Revelations 2.
I hope so.
Just said
That
it's gonna
sounds
be
awesome.
broken into shivers, man.
I hope so.
We
That
gotta
sounds
wait
awesome.
ye upon Yahushua. That's what the Lord set up.
That's right.
Okay? We can't just do this thing on our own like how this guy's in his spirit is. Every so-called revolution has been infiltrated by the CIA and shut down from the inside out.
Damn
Okay?
straight.
Martin Luther King, which was a coon, they took him out. Malcolm
Damn straight.
X was killed by the Nation of Islam themselves.
Yep.
Huey Newton, it was all infiltrated.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
He set up the apostles and acts.
Yes.
We're the ones that's got the truth, okay? And we're not, our weapons of warfare is not carnal. Like this guy think we're supposed to go to a damn gun shop and arm
No,
up.
that's not what I'm
Not
saying
like
at all.
that.
Oh, don't do that. That's not what I said. That is not what I said, sir.
Knowing the type of weapons Esau got.
That is not
man.
what
Jeremiah
I said.
51 and 20. For thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
The destroy kingdoms, bro. He's gonna use us to destroy this kingdom, man.
That's why all these plagues are gonna hit this place and wipe out all the majority,
What place?
so we can come up.
And the remnant is gonna go into slavery.
Here, what place?
Okay?
America?
Babylon, yeah.
Babylon.
Here.
So it's just gonna happen here. It's not gonna be everywhere else in the world.
But it's gonna be nukes. It's gonna be a world war.
Everywhere.
Okay, I agree with that. It's gonna be a world war.
No shit, but I'm just talking generally speaking. This is the great war that's gonna get the best for last. America's
Best
gonna
for last?
get America's gonna get hit the hardest. Okay?
You say so.
It ain't because I say so, it's because the Lord said so.
The Lord
You
said
get
so.
Job 27 and 13. Because the Lord is going to use us to do that. You know what I'm saying? What's your nationality, bro? What's up?
I'm mixed, brother.
What's your dad?
What's your dad?
Dad, Saudi Arabia.
Okay, keep going, brother. Well, those are the Jews on that sign.
Yeah, I know. We used to be Jews before we became Muslim.
What's up?
We were Jews before we became Muslim.
Palestine and all. Y'all not the real.
Hold on. Okay. All right. So, all right.
I'm a little bit jealous that he referred to him as his brother.
So,
I
No,
ain't
I'm
been
talking
nothing
to
but the
him,
devil.
bro. He's
I
not
ain't
my
been
brother.
nothing but
You're
the
not my
devil.
brother, right?
I ain't been nothing but the devil the whole time
No,
I've been
I
standing
didn't.
here.
Man, whatever, bro.
Oh, you didn't say that?
Bottom
You
line.
just
Oh, so
referred
you're a
that man
Muslim,
as
right?
your
You're a
brother?
Muslim, bro?
You right.
Before we knew.
Okay. Now, why you say you was
right.
Jews before?
You right.
What kind of Jew was you?
We were from Palestine.
No, I mean, what kind of Jew is that, though? Because the Arabs, the so-called Jews of Arabia, there's different factions. You know what
Yeah,
faction
we
it
have
was?
different tribes, and I'm from the Ansar tribe, which is the I don't know, bro, but I do know, but I can't recall exactly.
Job 27 and what?
27 and 13. We're the real Jews. We're not converts. This is the Lord of the Bible made an agreement with us personally. We're not. This ain't no belief.
Right, like for example, this is where I'm at. I'm a so-called Haitian. That's my real Levi. That brother's Judah. Okay, this brother's Reuben. Okay, this is our real identity. All right, all the nations, like the Jewish people, they're not Jews at all whatsoever.
No.
They claim
Look, if you turn red in the sunlight, you know that's not a real Jew. The people of Israel right now, they're not real Jews.
We know that.
Right, neither the people.
We know that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of the wicked.
Yep, the wicked, because there's an ultimate wicked. It's the Caucasian race. They're the Edomites according to the Bible.
It says, this is the portion of the wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the mighty. It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Exactly. So all these children coming back into this realm is for the sword. All right. The judgment happens on the earth. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate judgment of our, it's not good. The ultimate judgment of our God is going to happen. Just like how you heard the bombs going off in Syria. Yep. That's going to happen here, man. There's going to be bombs going off in Texas.
Yeah, probably.
Oklahoma, Maryland.
Probably.
There's going to be nowhere for you people to go.
Nowhere for people to go.
Straight up like that.
And it's
especially guys like you.
It's going to be guys like me. Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm going to die.
Scoffing.
I know I'm going to die. Yeah,
Hey,
whites don't like me, and clearly my own people.
This is
like
Job
me.
20. Job 20 and 25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of the gall. Terrors are falling upon him. That's talking about the IBM missiles. Like what do you call them? A silo?
Yeah.
That's what it's called. They call it the glittering sword. You know?
And that's what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
You have Putin, and it's all just a chess game anyhow.